I don't practice Santeria. I ain't got no crystal ball. I had $1 million and I spent it all. You know, if we think about like the money that we probably had through our life, probably does add up to $1 million, maybe. I just spend it all. Well, obviously, we don't have it, but we're still here. So we can hope for, right? Just to still be here. I noticed that Sharon had seen that she was losing in that poll, which I really liked it. Chicken winners poll. So now Sharon is apparently getting all of her friends to all of the Barbies to create sock accounts or whatever and go over and vote because she was all jealous. But I mean, let's be for real. I mean, hi, Ellen. I hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing fine. Make sure you go over and vote on Chicken Winners poll, everybody, and really think about it. Like, really, really think about it. If it was your job and you like had to put in 8 hours, we know for a fact that because Nitty and Sharon scream so much, I wouldn't be able to listen to them for 8 hours. I'd be more apt to be able to listen to Jules, and then I mean, of course, myself, but then after it's that Chicken Winners on her community post. And really think about it. I mean, be honest. Like, think about if you had to watch something for, you know, like 40 hours a week. I know all of it was like basically torturous between us. But, but based on what, I mean, maybe some people really, really wouldn't be able to stand. I probably could just stand myself because, you know, I'm myself. But when I was watching back, you know, Sharon's um, fireworks thing, and the way she was screaming, you'd think she never saw fireworks before. Like, I've never seen anybody be screaming like that. You know, if you were at a concert, I've screamed like that. Like, not like, you know, like, but, you know, like in between, you know, ooh, encore, you know, but never have I, like, you know, pretended to be that excited about fireworks. And I was just wondering who cleans up after all that. So, I noticed even one of your things that you were wearing around your neck, that blow thing, ended up on the ground. So out of these 17 people, uh, um, Alan said hello, so we got 18. I'm glad that they tuned in. I'm glad I could. Hi, Lisa G. See, you're not blocked. But I did notice somebody did delete some of your comments. I saw that because I went to read it and it was gone. So No, I don't know, like, if YouTube would do that, but I don't think so. Very strange, very strange. I did notice that. Make sure you guys really think about it. 8 hours. Now, you guys know you've spent that amount of time with me, so you know what you have the power to do would be to have a job listening to me. So, I really want everybody to really give the power of positive prayers to people. We all need them. I need them myself. I mean, if we could just like have like real power, positive prayers. That is strange. Well, we'll see if it keeps happening and try to figure it out. You know? Oh my God, today was like 100 degrees. I noticed in Sharon's video that, like, even just like a slightest detail that is like not even a detail, but she like just has to like. She goes about a chicken winner when she was talking saying about Bob Bobbles, succeed next time, whatever. And she goes, SG pointed it out. Like, SG didn't point it. SG hasn't even spoken to you lately. So, like, SG didn't point that out. You obviously went through Chicken Winner's not live streams, videos looking for something and her transcriptions and the shit. So, I mean, like, even to just like throw that in there, like SG pointed it out. Fuck, man, I have nothing to do with any videos that you make, Shannon. Don't try it. Don't even try it. And why are you going uh so hard at Chicken Winter? I mean, like, what's the gig going on? I'd rather have an in-ground pool than a hot tub. What's a hot tub gonna do, like, when it's hot? You know? Plus, a pool gives you a exercise, you know? Now, I wonder, like, because we do like Piercy Crosby and Tomcat and Gearhead and, others that, and we don't have a problem, well, here, I mean, I don't anyway, like, have a problem with people from, um, my, this channel be, having friends on other channel. I don't, that doesn't, see, I always think I would get a cold if I used a hot tub in the winter, but I would get a cold. That would be the death of me. Um, but I wonder, like, how badly it would be for, like Piercy Crosby to come in here now. Like, do they feel like as if they have to feel a certain kind of way? Um, that then suddenly they're not like Gearhead, that the night that Courtney was up on the panel, I was none of those trolls that were going in there. None of them. No, I know, Lisa. I would never ask somebody to pick sides. That's ridiculous. What if you asked them to pick sides and they didn't pick you? Then you're just hurting yourself. You know what I'm saying? can't put that kind of pressure on people. I mean, there's a lot of people that go to different channels, and people want to be treated like adults that can, you know, make their own opinion and like who they like. Gearhead, that was not me. And I like you. I think you're a nice person. But really, could you just give me a little more credit as an adult? But I did see a video. I don't know how many channels she has, but I guess she has more than one, obviously. But that's what she does when she's voting on those polls to make herself win. But anyway, no, I'm only kidding around. But um, that another time when you were arguing with Chicken Winner and I was in her room, there was a shitload of trolls in there too, and you made a video about it. I mean, but trolling is not my really. I've never been in a hot tub in the winter, Ellen. I feel like it would be the death of me. I honest to God feel like the very next day I would wake up with pneumonia. I'm afraid. What a weird thing to be afraid of. It's like a phobia. No, I mean it might be childish, but it's done by an adult. It's not so much childish. It's just, really disrespectful to people as adults. When it's done when you're a child, then it's childish. When it's done to people when they're adults, that they are allowed to go into other other people's chats without being called out, or you know receiving a text message, or um, anything at all. I mean, why? What happens when you sit in one while it's snowing? What happens? Hi, Seven Species. Wouldn't the snow melt and then make it cold water? Is there a way it stays hot? God, I live a sheltered life. I mean, I used a hot tub at like a pool before, but I felt kind of like it was like, even though, it feels good, but it felt like a petri dish to me because these strangers were in it with, you know, well, I could see if it was like your own hot tub and you know that strangers haven't been in it, but bleh, I had a visceral reaction again. What if you were in a hot tub with Sharon and she put her leg behind her head? But that's the thing, like you don't know if this person has athlete's foot or an abscess, or what if you're in it with Mary and I saw that video that Sharon put up. I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Hey Grinch, hi. I saw your video today. I thought that was very nice, and reflective. Like, like you thought about it after, thought about something after, and was like, you know, you wanted to make certain that it wasn't true that it was all horrible and that, yeah, the pressure on her probably was a bit like next thing there's this person living there. Hi, my Perkins. Right, I'm saying like that's what I mean. Like I guess a hot tub would have to be. Yeah, at least to understand the part of like her too. Like sometimes when I guess there's like a new force in there with this, a new like dynamic. Sometimes I don't know if you guys had met before you moved out there, but I think of people spend a lot of. I know as I get older, man, you better be something pretty damn special to like be even you're like invited into my house and my domain, and I gotta like deal with something. Like I gotta be able to like even like deal with like everything, of this person. Like, 'cause, you know what I'm saying? I saw Cray Cray had left you a message. That was nice. I think that's how it should be. I think people should really support people, and I think it's not yeah, and it's not something that you know that it's like that. I think it's just as you get to know, or whatever it is, you just like what your space, you like where you are, and maybe we all like know what you like, you know. And you're saying your next live stream is going to be about cannabis. I'm sure everybody would love that. Look, I thought I was being funny. I put Spanx Fund to help support the channel. Get it? Because Spanx are like girdles and they give support. Oh, me too. But sometimes it's just too much animals. Think about rehoming one of my cats. You want her, Grinch? Her name's Lulu. She's really nice. But like the problem is like I think that Roscoe knows that she's. Oh, that's cool. Grinch. That's nice. Yeah, I think Roscoe knows that she's like more skittish. You what? Really? Because that's what I'm having a hard time with is finding someone. It's not that I don't like her. I do like her. I do like her. But it's that you know, Roscoe and Tucker, when they play like Tucker doesn't really like flinch when Roscoe tries to be like, big and bad to him. No, she's not old. She's actually younger than Tucker. She's not old, but she's skittish like with Thunder, um, Roscoe. He's so cute. Roscoe's so cute. Um, from PA, probably a couple of hours. I mean, yes, you could. You could, yes. Is Ellen still here? Ellen? 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 If she could drop Grinch's link, might just end up modding him so he can do it himself. Yeah, they have a pre-roll for $10 at the dispensary. Yeah, I know she has a different personality, but I don't want her being skittish, like, because he fucks with her sometimes. Roscoe does. You know what I mean? Like, oh, well, that would be cool. Grinch, that would be awesome. Have to get a cat carrier. Man, that would alleviate so much stress off me because, I feel like Roscoe does it on purpose. Or can you drop Grinch's link for me, please, Ellen? She's a big cat. She's the biggest one out of all the animals. To be honest with you. Yeah, I know. I'm like, I know Tucker would. I mean, I don't know, like how, but I feel like maybe she needs to be like a one-on-one cat. It's just too much for me, to be quite frank with you. I mean, it's just too many animals for one person. Um, Going through some things and stuff too, I mean, I love her and it'd be hard, but I know that Grinch is a good cat owner and he loves his cats, you know. Oh, we'll meet up with you too. How far is that from where you are? Oh, well, no, because you have to drive halfway though. Wow, we could do like a ghost thing. Let's get the cat really soon. Wish I could hire somebody to drive her out to you. Thank you, Alan, for doing that. Can you drop Chicken Winners link as well so that you guys can really think about it? Chicken Winner on her community post has a poll, right? And she asked if you guys had, to watch out of the choices that she gives you. If YouTube was your job and you had to watch out of the choices she gives you of channels as your job, who would you be able to watch for that long as your job? And, you know, like don't overestimate yourself because you guys know you can hang with me for 8 hours. We've done it before. But think about the other three options and the yelling and the screaming that you would have to probably go through. Or with Jules, which she would be my second choice after me. But I still don't know if I could watch her for 8 hours. Not unless she was wearing boots and not annoying me. I don't know. Yeah, I'd have to say. I mean, just kidding. Well, of course I would watch myself. No, I definitely wouldn't be able to listen. nitty or, no offense, but I would have liked to see if he brought his kids to some fireworks. That would have been nice. You were 103 and now 125. What, uh, what? 103. You mean in weight? Oh, okay, yeah, because you say about appetite. I thought you meant had a temperature. Wow, that's terrible. Over 30 years ago. Yeah. I mean, I watched that show that time. That's what made me like think about people with chronic pain from car accidents and stuff. Um was this one particular episode of some show I was watching where they were like the lady did pass away because they weren't sure if at this point she had just had enough of it and maybe had taken just a little too much of the pain medication that wasn't helping anymore at this point. Like she had been in an accident when she was like 21 and her head hit the windshield, and so she had like chronic migraines and just so much pain. And her husband would say, how um he'd come home and find her like in a fetal position, just like in so much pain. Life, man, there's always something, like when we think that we've got something bad going on, or wow, all this, all that, all this. Um, People should always, you know, think about, man, there's just people out there that God, their lives are so, really, I gotta give, Grinch I've known him for a long time, but, uh, he took a little break off YouTube, I guess, and now he's back, and that's awesome. He's meeting a lot of new people here, and I really appreciate him because he's been, a good person for a while. He's in a different community. He's not from the chosen one community. Mm, very nice person. He does music and stuff. He likes, doing music and parodies and in like a Weird Al kind of way. Very nice person. Very nice community. Very nice community. Not that this is a bad community. I heard somebody, they were talking about, they were making a video about Mama Sparlin. Now I don't know whether this is true or not, but they were saying, implying that the woman's husband had met somebody else and was cheating on her and stuff, and laughing all like, laughing. Thank you, Seven Species. And she was laughing at, just like how she laughed at, chemo bombers, and wrenched that arm off that Barbie, and laughs at Maddie. Um, and I'm like, that's not thinking somebody should take it on, take it with a grain of salt, take it on the chin, or have a good sense of humor. See, if the person was making fun of themselves, right? If the person was making fun of themselves, that even kind of sometimes makes people feel uncomfortable because they don't really want to laugh at somebody else's misfortune, even if the person is saying it. It's the thought process that you want to make a joke and make fun of somebody's misfortune and expect them to take it with a grain of salt. And if they don't think it's funny, that means that they're lacking in humor as opposed to lacking in just compassion. You know, there's something to be said in encouraging somebody through a bad time and having compassion, not expecting them to think you thinking their situation is funny while you're slapping your knee and ha ha ha, that's what you get, that's karma, ha ha ha. I mean, like, stop, you know, just stop. Let people like work through their own dilemmas without others laughing at them, or you know what I mean? I don't know if Courtney Love is watching this, but if you are, Courtney, don't feel any kind of way, even if you don't, still have your wrench. It's not a big deal. It doesn't mean that people aren't your friends here. And I do think that I don't know particularly your situation, and, whatever you're going through. But I bet there's a couple of things that you could probably relate to that you might be seeing in the chat. And maybe you just might want to talk. Maybe you just might need some friends or something. I don't know, Courtney. But, you know, don't I don't want anybody to think that, they can't even make another account if they feel like, "Oh, I just don't want to be dealing with, I'm becoming enemy of the state if I know it's not about Mama Sparling though, Seven Species. It's more about the pure joy of laughing at somebody else's misfortune. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I might have said I have no sympathy for certain people who, just went through too much. It's not that I'm wishing them ill will. I just don't want them to like be forced down my throat. I don't have to get along with them in order to be on YouTube. I don't have to fight with them. Um, we can all just be, you know, where we want to be and just live and let live. You know what I'm saying? With these people, it's like, you know, man, life's tough. It really is. I'm reading you guys' stories here and your things that's going on. And I appreciate you guys all being able to talk and find somebody in the live stream here that you are relating to. Doesn't have to even be me. I mean, I'm glad I can, you know, be a part of it. I mean, you guys are talking some really serious stuff in here, and you know, I mean, I'm sure that there's loads of people in the world that probably could use some people to talk to. Not have to feel like people saying, "Oh, you did it public, it's fair game." No, that's your character issue if you think somebody talking about their life makes them fair game. Don't you get it? That would mean that anybody who's walking down the street is fair game. Anybody in Walmart is fair game. You know what I mean? No, it's normal. These are normal things that happen. Um, this is normal conversation. It's not normal to find pleasure out of, searching for something and say, you know, I mean, yeah, I make fun of that. I put my leg behind my head. Well, because that's ridiculous. Let's be for real. I mean, it's cool if you put your leg behind your head, but uh, for 3 thumbs up, I mean, I don't know. Right? As long as we're still breathing, every day is it. That's why I'll get a little annoyed when people go, "This is a second chance of life for her, and this is how she's training it." It's like, no, it's how you guys, not you guys, but how they are trying to ruin it and affect it. But the bottom line is what I learned is every day when we wake up, it's a new chance of life. Like, there's people who have died in their sleep. You know what I'm saying? Imagine if everybody thought that they shouldn't live until they got a second chance of life. I mean, that definitely embrace every day and don't try to make others' lives fucking harder than they are, man. You know? I mean, I didn't get to see Sharon's live stream. That's, the chat part. Um, love you too. And I didn't see if Courtney was around lately. Was she in her chat? Because I just want to make sure that, she's okay. I worry about people. I put my leg behind my head. Imagine that, and then you can't get it back up. And fucking you're alive, but you don't have like a spotter. So it's not like they can like get help you or anything. And you're like, no, I want to do my life like this. Or maybe we're all just human. You know what I mean? Maybe like our mistakes make us who we are. Instead of like these people who will say, we take accountability for it and then keep doing it, though. That's not the way it is. If you make a mistake, you know it's a mistake and you don't do it again. You don't. Well, you might, right? You might do it again. But these people who keep talking about karma and, like thinking they're the ones who deal out people's karma. I've seen people who are very rotten and they get all the breaks in the world. I've seen people who are very kind and life shits on them. I think it's all about something that we're supposed to learn, like in the here and now, and learn how to embrace people and embrace our experiences and our emotions, like really feel them. Yes, he is still alive, and I just got the phone and actually, unfortunately, he had a passing in his family. Exactly. Encouragement means so much. It really does. Encouragement, encouragement, encouragement. Warriors, absolutely. Um, Teaching. Oh, really? Did you guys take the poll on the community post? Hope you guys voted for me. You have been broken. You have been defeated. You have felt the pain that most could not handle. But yet, you never run. You never hide. And you always find a way to get back up. You are unbreakable. You are a warrior. And that's you. You guys. Getting back up. It's okay to not be perfect. You know what I mean? Do you? I mean, if you wanna, hi Tanger. If you wanna, uh, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, encouragement, man, encouragement means everything. Yeah. So did you guys go and vote on Chicken Winners poll on a community post? Because I had a huge lead, okay, when I saw it, and then Cher must have caught wind of it and took out all her Barbie dolls, made accounts for all her Barbies. And, but in actuality, if you guys were, thank you, Kansas, 50% with three other people in it. But right now, I think, that because she hired all those Barbies, she hired all those Barbies. Have a good night. I love that you have bird bass 7 species. That's awesome. Oh, I feel so bad that you guys go through that with the prescription stuff. I was thinking about your joke, Tanger, about what kind of haircut or whatever the fireworks have. Bangs. Bangs. You're funny. Hi, Doll Factory. Doll Factory and then you say N, N. I was listening to Chosen One, and man, I'll tell you what, fucking damn, man, this guy was like off the chain. Like, I mean, he was off the chain talking some creepy stuff. I mean, damn, man, some fucking weirdos out there. Let me tell you that much. It really is. And there was another, they were talking about one of those sites, kind of like the Omegle thing. I think it was called Kicks or something like that, right? You know, and the kids are using that. And, you know, there's a lot of shit happening, predators. Um, Still, though, get rid of it. I mean, if they see that it's coming on and it's doing this and that, I mean, man, what is wrong with this? I even read that Trump doxed Obama. He doxed him. Like, who does that? Gee, let's vote him in for president. He'll keep secrets. Mm, I mean, he shouldn't even be allowed to run. That's like letting, I don't know, a criminal run, in my opinion. I'd be a better president. So now, Tandra, I'm at 36% because, Sharon's got all those Barbie dolls running over there. That's why. Come on, you guys, get over there and vote on Chicken Winners community post. And answer honestly. You probably hung out with me from a long time shifts wise if it was your job, right? No, it ain't. But nobody's being honest about they could work and 8 hours a day listening to Shannon or Nitty. I'm not saying I am a bargain, but we do know that people have spent a work shift with me probably. I knew somebody who quit drinking cold turkey and she died. She was very small of stature, and she died. Man, there's so much fucking. Thank you, Andrew. Is Ellen still here? Did she? She's. Oh no, she did. She came back, right? Oh, she said, "Be right back," right there. Yeah, be right there. Now, Lisa, you have the hot tub with your husband, right? Lisa, and you guys been married, so that's that's something good, like to be loved and have company that you say you guys are best friends. And I'm not trying to minimize. I'm not even trying to minimize. I mean, I'm trying to. Thank you, Ginger. I think it's good to feel moods. I think when people are saying, "Oh, too happy, too sad," there ain't no happy medium. Nobody's medium happy. You know, people like people should feel their emotions. They should, not be happy, like slapping their leg for, hey, your husband cheated on you, or yeah, whatever. It's like that. Uh, I think, compassion is an emotion. But happiness over other people's miseries is no emotion that I've ever heard, other than mean. No, Andrew, you were saying last night you were great. I think there's a lot of nice people there's a lot of nice people in the world. There really is. And when we see, like, okay, that person is deriving joy from somebody else's, misery. Like they're tooting a horn about it. They're like, and I'm not just talking about one person. I'm talking about there's a couple. Um, and the weird thing is, like they will say a lot of times, that I rant and I'm yelling, and I'm like, I think I'm like one of the quietest ones. I'll be listening to a lot of these people, and I go, uh, damn it, why are they yelling? Like, why are they yelling? I don't even have to use the speaker. Hi, Trump's next wife. The only one that, like, I mean, I would have to use the speaker for was Jules. So we could hear loud and clear. This was pretty. And even if Jules came in here, even, because of like what she did, yes, I won't forgive her and I won't forget it. But if she came in here and didn't act all fucking strange, like weird, and like try to say, oh, remember that time, or why did you say that, or anything like that. If she participated in the chat, thank you, Tandra. Hi, Maureen. Um, it doesn't even have to be start talk about like what I'm talking about. Just hold a conversation in the chat that is not suspect and not, you know, uh, trying to create animosity or saying, I saw you did this and said this. I mean, if somebody's in here that you think you saw somebody say something, say something, say something, say it to them somewhere else. Because if they're in here avoiding you and you're not usually a person who comes here, well, not I'm saying they're in here avoiding you, but they're not going where you're hanging, then you're the one creating strife. I mean, and people are, like, being entitled to your own opinion, by the way, is a lot different than slandering somebody and acting like it's the truth. And acting like it's really your business. I don't believe anybody asked them their opinion. When you're given your opinion, it's usually because you've been asked, hey, what do you think about that? Oh my God, really, Chandra? That's nice to know. I hope they're not. God, we hate her. I did see Sharon go, at least I'm not a black screen, right? She says. Then she said she was going to do a parody of me flipping my hair around. Now, if I was a black screen, how are you going to do a parody of me flipping my hair around? Now, so you want to make fun of chemotherapy baldness, and now you want to try to make me feel a certain kind of way about being happy that my hair grew back. What's your fucking end game, lady? When have you ever seen me pretending to be nodding out or anything, Sharon? Did I make fun of your jail dilemma? No, Sharon. Usually when I'll come out with something and say something, it's because, after the fact of like, oh, let's make fun of a lady who's bald from chemotherapy. Oh, let's make fun of her because now she has hair. Oh, let's call it an 80s haircut. Oh, let's call it a mullet. I mean, like, oh, let's call it a wig. Oh, I mean, like, do you understand that your only end game there is to hurt somebody? There's no gain from that. There's nothing that you're going to gain from that unless the hurting of somebody is what makes you like feel fulfilled. And in that sense, that's a problem. That's not what normal people do. Unless you're like a torturer or a Hitler or something, or a murderer. I mean, but other than that, decent, kind people are not motivated to honk horns and clap their hands when somebody's in a misfortune. Now, I will say that I did read that black seed oil. I know I always talk about it. I do. I know. Helps with things like you guys were talking about in the room. Um, the many healing properties of it. That was one of them. Was helping with withdrawals or tapering down on things. I mean, I can't say for a fact, but what does that mean? Leave it open and let it play out. What does that mean, Grinch? How do you get your words to write like that? Leave this open and let it play out. Oh, leave the live stream open. I get what you're saying. I see what you're saying. I'm fucking like, I swear to God, chicken wiener rubbed off on me. All paranoid now. That's so just, I love chicken wiener. You know what, Sharon? I think chicken winner, if she did send you a cash app. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, Crunch. Appreciate that. And don't you guys forget to check out Grinch too. And I think that was when you were back on those channels, Alan. I think they stressed you out, making you feel like you couldn't uh, be friends with where you wanted to be friends. Like, that's one thing that you do know here with you guys is that if I see you, and I was only kidding around with Tandra when I said you said Jade was your BFF. It wasn't. I don't care if she's in Sharon's or anything. It was just the BFF comment. Yeah, but I was we were kidding around anyway. That wasn't. But don't ever feel like somebody can't come here or even make an account that could possibly look at it. It's a day old. We understand that some people do they're new to YouTube. Then when they see something they want to comment, they do have to make an account. So it might be new. Um, or uh, anything. I mean, we're not quick to jump the gun. I don't know who it is either, Tansy. Fucking prudently, they'll block you quick. Why did you have no channel then? See, that's what I'm saying. Like, these people, they don't get it. Sometimes people gotta make a new channel or reinvent themselves or whatever it is. I mean, my God, don't be judging people on the fact that their account is 1 day old or you haven't seen them before. Or, judge them more on what they say. Like, I did notice that Courtney, is Lisa G still here? Yeah, right. She's still here. Courtney kind of attacked you in here, saying, I don't know if she did attack you or if she was like, putting the pressure on, well, and I get it that okay, maybe she's seen you at other channels that don't like me, but the bottom line is I don't see you saying anything derogatory. You're allowed to give Bobbles well wishes or um, fucking be wherever you want. It's not like I'm stalking you either. I mean, what I'm saying is, if you were doing whatever, if you were acting like Trump's next wife, I no, sir, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But even that, like, see, I appreciate Trump's next wife because the bottom line is that it really is just about communication and just talking about things. And Simca, you guys see her come back in here, and I'm very grateful. I mean, and like Pander said, maybe some people would think of it as a flaw, but we begrudgingly like Luna and Rourke. I mean, Rourke, he's the guy, and Rourke, I should be like, don't ever come back because the shit he says. But he is very funny. Not when he's talking badly about me. See, and what he'll find is that he'll be over there on Sharon's and he can't exercise his freedom the way he wants. So he'll get out all of his, anger that he feels that, we don't live close enough so he can show me a good time. And the thing is even if, okay, Lisa, you have a pet bear? I always wanted a pet crow till the other day. I mean, can you even believe that, like, if I really got attacked by a bird, I mean, really got attacked, but I did, the wings of that bird wasn't like, the whole TH incident. It's like, oh, here's a big pigeon, I'm going to run over it. What I'm saying is, that bird fucking came out of nowhere from the front of my car. What bird does that? I mean, I get it, maybe to get away, but really? Like, towards me? You can't fly away? That's the fucking term. Fly away. I wasn't even sure if it was a bird until I rewatched it on film. I knew I heard wings, but I mean, like, are you for real? What if it hit me in the head or got caught in my hair? Oh my God. Anything in life. Mhm. Branch, I love ya. Now, let me ask you guys a question. People with, because here's the thing when I'm not, okay. Not that I'm not understanding it like as if my whole life I've never understood it. Just this moment. It's only been a dilemma this moment. If we all grew up hearing that marijuana is a gateway drug, then why the fuck, first of all, is it legal now? And second of all, wouldn't that mean that, people who've had past drug issues and stuff shouldn't even be smoking pot either because it's going to set them off? Or does it mean that at the end of the day, these so called authorities know that they're the ones who really should be like, okay, well, it's not that it was really a gateway drug. It was that, pot's cool. Now we can make some money off it because we've really, milked this whole pharma thing to the hill. So, people want to phase out pharma. So, in order to pay all our stupid ass petty fines, which should be criminal charges, in my opinion, those motherfuckers knew. There's no way. And it ain't like it happened overnight. Oh, no way. We didn't know all these people were going to turn into zombies. Oh, wow. Are we mixing this up in a lab? Are we like, isolating this property of this, poppy seed and this, and this? And, fucking these people's lives up. And in the meantime, raising rent, raising the price of food. How about we have a shutdown? I mean, like, the rich get richer and the poor are starting to disappear. Literally. I mean, really. Yeah, it's ridiculous. You know, this shit needs to just stop. I mean, hey, if people need to squat in houses, that nothing is going to be done to them anyway. And then at the end of the day, they have squatters' rights, and people are going to maybe give them $2,000 to move. Then tell them, fine, you know what? Take care of the property. These are the list of standards that we're going to need you to do, because no way does the city have the, intention of kicking these people out or paying them to move and then putting it up to standard or par. So let the people like work together as communities to rebuild communities, and provide them with, like a list of how they are going to, they're going to live there for free anyway. And it's just, it's not up to stand, like as a labor kind of thing, like, a trade in labor for for here, that's fine. Just like they did, like with Oklahoma, the Sooner State. Okay, at this moment in time, all you people waiting, you settlers, you got to run, and you get whoever gets there sooner. That's their homestead, and they worked the land, and now, you know, I mean, it makes no sense to pay them to move to somewhere else, and then it's just going to sit there and rot away anyway. You know. Make a list of what standards they need to keep up. That, okay, and employs, licensed people, like just like they do with pro bono. Make every you know contractor that wants to bid for certain jobs have to do a certain amount of jobs that are, lower priced, in order to provide, fixtures and things like plumbing and things that, these people, it's hard to afford. Okay, but we're all working together. Um, let's put a vegetable garden on within a certain each, keep that going too. It's it's going to be a barter system. Every have farmers markets, and this person's growing the tomatoes, this person's growing the squash, and then you trade it off. You do whatever you want, you know. But to leave cities in such standards where the trees are growing over the sidewalks. Now, that there's probably some people living in that city, in that part of that neighborhood, paying, I don't know, does every state have excise tax on their cars and taxes that's supposed to go towards the roads, and trash pickup? Well, they should be angry enough to say, what the fuck, what's going on with my property taxes? I'm trying to maintain my, oh, these people are, they're squatting in a bando. Well, yeah, because they get squatters' rights and they don't have to keep the upkeep. There's a way to fix that, and it's by creating a community that people can feel proud of. You can't just let this one person who's still hanging on to and living in this house that he thought was going to be his retirement home and his family's, maintaining and mowing the lawn while the sidewalks are overgrown and still charging them excise tax and stuff. I mean, that's not the way to do it. It's just not. Yeah, it's just not, it isn't. Guns and violence and all that, that's not the answer to everything. Because believe it or not, I see a lot of good in people, and it's not, people should not ever buy into, well, it is what it is. As a person who came from an accounts receivable background, um, write it off. Shit is ugh term. You got somebody who says write it off. I'm like, are you kidding me? Not till I've tried every way to, achieve what I'm trying to achieve as receivables. But when if I was, somebody in the community, which I am, somebody in the world, which I am, it is what it is like just writing it off. And I don't think that it's okay to say it is what it is. Actually, $5 Tommy, we're bringing it down. We're bringing it down. But really, don't give up hope. Don't believe. And if you can take everything from the Bible that you want, but don't believe that it's written in stone that the end times are coming. Okay? They don't have to. Because social media and the internet can be used to put our voices out there. We'd like to be heard, so let's be heard, but we don't have to, come across, we don't have to believe that there's less good people than there are bad people, because I don't believe that. We just have to keep talking and we'll be heard eventually. I mean, maybe not, but at least we know we'll be okay, because if being heard for the better of things and the better of the world and the better of mankind, I can't think of a better instrument than I mean, use our voices. We've got a platform. Let's use our voices and keep talking that good, and recognize behaviors that, I don't know. I never knew anybody who somebody said, hey, my husband, he cheated on me. I'm just using an example, and I'm all by myself now, and they start tooting a horn and slapping their leg, going, no, logical. Think it out, think it through. Just like it, taking that call. How many times have you guys sat with me for 8 hours, and then really think if you'd want to sit there for 8 hours and have somebody toot a horn at everybody's misfortunes, or dox people, or put out their kids' information, or even claim that saying what you see in a picture. If somebody says, "Well, they were wearing a green shirt," you're slandering them. But they're wearing a green shirt. You're slandering them. You know, stop and think. Find other people who think alike, and go with your visceral feelings. Like if you're feeling good about woohoo, honk that horn, you know, then that's okay. You can feel that way. But do not group everybody into that. Like I said, if somebody like we think doesn't quite show, wow, they're over there where they're honking horns, but then they come here and they can not act, but they can be a different way. But if people say, I saw you there, get back over there, we're just hurting ourselves, because I think at the end of the day, inside everybody, they really are looking to hear that, hey, your emotions aren't bad. You're being too happy, nah. Too sad, nah. Here we are. We're your friends. Oh, look at this bitch. She's up for how many hours? Hey, however many hours it takes. Because, I just want to live and live happy. I don't want to be insecure about my hair, that I'm really happy that I grew it back. I don't want to think I sound like this when I don't think I do. And by someone I'm supposed to be, like that's supposed to be my friend or something. Nah, I'm good. But I do appreciate you guys, because, uh, as much as these people think when people aren't talking, I'm thinking, oh, wah, wah, wah. I'm thinking I'm like so enthralling. Like you guys must be just raw, like really listening. I mean, I could be wrong, but I like to see the good over the bad. Hey, hey, I know I'm not that interesting, but it's okay to think you are and try to be, you know? Hey, if I can keep 37 silent listeners, I must be doing something right. They're still listening, and I appreciate every one of you guys. Steel sharpens steel. Kindness is free. Encouragement means everything. United we stand, divided we fall. Have a wonderful night. Peace, love, and tacos.